Good day, YouTube. This is Jay Money with Falling Forward Financial. Just a video here on AT&T. It's been a while since I've done one on AT&T. I did one on Verizon a couple days ago. In regards to their earnings, they kind of had a little bit of a downgrade there, but I own both AT&T and Verizon. I have quite a few shares of both. I have more AT&T than I do Verizon. Just because of that fat, juicy dividend. Neither one of them, well, they both actually appreciate a little bit. They have here as of lately. Verizon probably appreciates a little bit more than AT&T does, but I buy the dips when I can. I was trading AT&T a while back, and then I bought in a low price, and we'll go over that, and I just haven't sold it. Should have sold it when it was at the $31 range, but didn't. So AT&T, I just kind of let it set. I'm kind of lazy with it. Just let it set and get the dividends, and that's about it. But here on February 26th was a good buying opportunity. $27.89. Very rarely see this under $28. I always try to go around the try to buy it at the $28 to $29 range, and it's hit 31 here a couple times. Should have parted ways with it then and rebought in, but didn't. Like I said, I don't really pay attention to this one. So ticker is T, and you can trade this one on any major brokerage. Here you can see this is Robinhood. So I have 16 shares here. I used to have about 50 and sold them out a while back when it was 31 something and rebought back in. You can see my cost basis is $28.59, so I'm way in the green on this one for this particular stock, and I have a dividend coming up here. This is the part that I really love about this one. So on the third, 52 cents a share, getting $8.32. So if you do the math, and if you had this set up where it just set up on drip, you can probably, if you had enough shares, you could buy another share per quarter, if you see what I'm getting at, and just let it snowball from there. So this is a good one to do that with. Some people don't like AT&T, and again, I don't give tax, legal, or trading advice, but this has always been a favorite of mine. So they do have a lot of debt and so on. The company is restructuring, but they're actually, as of lately, in regards to my other video, it looks like they were signing up more new subscribers than what Verizon was. So I was kind of shocked at the numbers. So I diversify in the 5G. I have AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile. They're all good stocks. I've made money off of all of them. So T-Mobile doesn't give a dividend, but Verizon and AT&T do. So if you want to read this, feel free to pause. It's been around since 1983. 230,000 employees. Headquarters in Dallas, Texas. 43.97 million shares, which is pretty average, and a 6.62 dividend yield. $210 billion market cap. And not the greatest ratings, at 21% buy, 61% hold. Like I said, I always give anything around the $28 range, I try to buy it. And if it goes up to 31 and you think you can sell it and it'll come back down, go for it. That's what I do from time to time. So, and here's the last earnings, estimated at 78 cents, and they hit 86 cents, so it did pretty good on the last earnings. And here's when I bought. I wish I would have had more money to purchase more at this particular time, but I didn't. I had to buy some in my IRA as well. So back on February 26th, it hit $27.99. I couldn't pass it up. So. And here's Verizon at 56.26, and I'm surprised they don't have T-Mobile down there. But got a lot of information to go over here about AT&T. Why Bank of America analyst is bullish about AT&T stock. Thousands of traders just like you using Bazinga, and I use them from time to time. So AT&T reported first quarter revenues and earnings ahead of expectations. The focus of the results on wireless subscriber growth, given the company better than expected net additions in the quarter, according to BofA Securities. The AT&T analyst maintained a buy rating for AT&T with a price target of $36. So if it's going to go up to that, you might not want to sell it when it hits 31 unless you know it's going to dip. So, but that's up to you. I don't give tax, legal, or trading advice, so do what you want. So, but again, the first quarter earnings of 86 cents per share, ahead of the street estimate of 78 cents a share. Consolidated revenue came in at $43.9 billion, surpassing the consensus of $42.7 billion. So very good. Heading into results, we believe the focus was on the wireless subscriber growth after a strong fourth quarter, and HBO Max subscriber growth ahead of its June 2021 international launch. I got HBO Max here a while back. There's some good movies on it. I got it for Game of Thrones, and just watched I can't say the name of it, just a movie, Mortal Kombat, the other night. It was pretty good, so don't even have to go to the theater anymore. So, and here's some more financials. Maintains it as an outperform, downgrades from outperform to perform, and maintains as neutral. Verizon lose-lose predicament prompts analyst downgrade, and I went over this in my video on Verizon just a couple days ago. You can find that in my library, or I might try to link it in the description. So it's cut the telecom company to neutral and lowers the price target to 57 from 62. Verizon is currently off 1% to 56.42. Again, both two favorite stocks of mine. They're 5G plays, so I continue to hold them, and will hold them probably until eternity or until I have to sell them. So. Here's just another look at AT&T, currently at 30.77. You can see the up and down, the kind of the volatility and the volume pumping in. So, and it's currently showing it as a buy. So, 32 analysts, 3 at a strong buy, 5 at a buy, 18 at a hold. So. AT&T Fiber customers can level up on internet speeds and security features at no extra charge. This is just dated yesterday. AT&T Fiber customers on our entry and mid-level plans will get up to 200 Mbps boost to their upload and download speeds. Our 100 megabytes per second plan will now become Internet 300, the fastest entry speed at 300 compared to major cable providers, and our previous 300 plan will increase to 500, the new Internet 500. The 1 gig plan Internet is 1,000, is still a fan favorite for those who need our fastest speeds. With this option, customers can still take advantage of the premium speed and streaming mix with HBO Max included. And so, increasing their speeds, the stock's going up, the dividend I think went up a penny. I can't remember when it went from 51 to 52, which is always nice. So there is a nice feature. Feel free to pause and go over the rest there for yourself. There is a feature if you use TD Ameritrade. You can do a calculation for a monthly or quarterly income. You just type in the shares, and it will, or the ticker symbol and how many shares, and it will give you the income. Is kind of nice. You can find that on TD Ameritrade. Here's some prices for the 500 meg, 45 a month for a year plus taxes, and 10 month for the equipment fee. 300 is at 35 a month for a year plus taxes and 10 month equipment fee. So they're probably doing maybe a modem and router would be probably the equipment, but that's still a pretty good price. I have 150 megs with Cox, and I think mine's about $70. I might look into switching over to AT&T, it looks like. So, and if you have enough shares, you could pay for your HBO Max and your internet. You'd have to figure out how many shares that would take at 52 cents per share per quarter. So TNT TBS to share NHL rights with ESPN and 7-year deal. And this is just dated 10 hours ago. TNT and TBS networks owned by AT&T Warner Media will air NHL regular games and the Stanley Cup playoffs as part of a 7-year deal with the league. Company joins Walt Disney, owner of ESPN, in broadcasting NHL games, the league said Tuesday. The deal with Disney was announced last month. And feel free to pause and go over the rest there for yourself. I'm not going to go over all of the information. It'll be on ESPN and Hulu. I also have Hulu, kind of a nice platform for streaming. Who has cable these days anymore? It's cable's too expensive. You get Netflix for $13 or so. I think my Hulu's about $5.99 a month. Verizon faces lose-lose situation amid aggressive AT&T promotions. That's kind of some of the same information that we already went over, so feel free to pause and go over that information there for yourself. So this kind of talks about getting subscribers to pay for Disney Plus through partnership arrangement. So they're each doing their own promotions. I think on the video that I talked about on Verizon, AT&T is doing some promotions, and Verizon was choosing not to for whatever reason, but they might be changing their mind if they keep losing subscribers. Answering the doubters, gearing up for growth. This is just stated on the 26th. Again, as I mentioned earlier, $190 billion debt burden, $15 billion in annual dividend payments. A shrinking pay television business that's now worth a fraction of what the company paid for it. Tough competition in the core wireless business. There's no doubt AT&T faces some steep challenges in early 2021. So if they keep doing what they're doing, keep getting subscribers taken away from Verizon, which is my current carrier, they might be able to pay some of this off. And from what I've heard, they're not going to cancel the dividend, but that is a pretty big chunk, $15 billion in annual dividend payments. That's huge. Yeah, this kind of goes over some more information about earnings. Feel free to pause and go over the rest there for yourself. Q1 numbers. So either, from what I found, people love or hate AT&T. I mean, they've never steered me wrong. I'm up on all my investments with them. They're still giving dividends. I love the dividend on it. Hopefully they never cancel that. So from what I've heard, they haven't, so, and won't. There was talk about it on restructuring some of their debt. So management has targeted 120 to 150 million users by 2025. Most recent action film, Mortal Kombat, just as I said, which is based on 1992 video game. Then they have a Godzilla vs. Kong. So if you want some good movies, take a look at getting HBO Max. I can't remember the price, $13, $15 a month. I forget how much it is. But if you haven't seen Game of Thrones, all that's on there, and they have quite a few movies. They do have movies that are even in the theaters right now, but you can stay home and watch them, so kind of nice. Months ago, nothing here as of recent. So over here to StockTwits, currently at 30.77, 52-week low of 26.35. So that's still not too much of a dip. I mean, it just doesn't move all that much, which is kind of nice. So might even try doing a option on this one. I've done them before. It's just been a while. So this one doesn't move all that much, so I'd be safe doing a option on this one. Let's see. Not really much updated information, just kind of talks about the NHL and some of their other information. The growth will be the icing on the cake. These give me 6 figures of dividends annually. Wow. So we have Verizon, AT&T, Pfizer, AbbVie, and ExxonMobil. These give me 6-figure, wow, dividends annually. I wonder how much that person has invested. That's amazing. So some people don't like dividends, they like growth stocks, but I mean, how could you go wrong with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? These are all high-paying, all fat, juicy dividends on all of these, so Pfizer's back up again. AbbVie is up a little bit, and I don't really pay attention to ExxonMobil. Oh, wow. Someday I'll be there at 100,000 in dividends. That would be awesome. So if you have AT&T or Verizon, T-Mobile, or if you have any of Pfizer, I've done videos on Pfizer. Haven't done one on AbbVie or ExxonMobil. If you have either one of those or want to see a video on one of those, go ahead and leave that in the comments. But if you're totally into dividends like this person, that's awesome. 6 figures of dividends annually. That's what the goal is. Back to tip ranks, 30.77, and this is showing a estimated price of 32.73, which I feel is good for AT&T with a 6.3% upside. It used to be a $38 stock and a low of 27. If you can get it for 27, load up. That's what I plan to do. So not too bad at ratings, but that's it for AT&T. If you have this one, go ahead and leave it in the comments along with your cost basis and any of those other stocks that I mentioned. Go ahead and leave that in the comments as well. That would be interesting to know. And here, a couple years ago, it used to be a $42 stock, so hold it long enough, maybe it'll get there. That's it for AT&T, and I thank you for watching. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, go ahead and hit that for me, as well as subscribing. That would help out the channel, and I'll see you all in the next one. Hit the bell so you're notified of when the next videos drop. Again, this is J Money, Falling Forward Financial. Happy trading, happy investing, stay green. Cheers.